Today we're going to look at a feature in the Creator Dashboard that makes it really easy to create new lessons from an existing video. We'll also add to that video some animated captions and annotations using some content from Emurse and the generated transcript from the video. It's a really cool feature and I'm excited to show it to you, so let's just jump right into the demo. So I have a video in progress to help you with American English, 24 sentences to help you practice the vowels and consonants of American English. It's an Adobe Premiere project, and what I'm going to do is export the audio only from this video, and I'm going to export it as a mono audio file because I don't need both channels in this scenario, so let's just go ahead and do that. So now what I can do is take that audio file and load it into Emurse. So I'm just going to come here and say select files. So I'm going to select this one because this is the correct one. And then I'm going to hit transcribe. And now the file is processing. So in a few moments, we should have a transcript that's ready to go. So now that's finished, we can go ahead and take a look at our transcriptions. And as you can see, Emurse has generated a transcript for the entire video. And now we can go in and check off the phrases that we want to use in our lesson. And what I did here is I created 2 different readings of each phrase, a slower one and then a more natural speed recording. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start checking these off. And by checking these off, this will tell the system which transcriptions I want to import into Emurse. And also when you go to generate the transcript that you're going to use in your video, you'll also check off the ones that you want to appear in your video. And so what I typically do is just come here and give these I give them a spot check and just to make sure that they're good. Those look good to me. I'm going to finish selecting the rest of the phrases I want in the video, and then I'll share the next step with you. So now I can come here and say continue. And what this is asking me to do is create a new term list. Fine with this title, and I'm just going to go ahead and hit continue. And now you can see that it's gone ahead and it's created phrases for everything that we want. And this number 2 here is the number of recordings that have been created. So if we drop this down, you can see that there's a slow and natural speed recording, and Emurse has automatically done that for us. We can come in here and preview these things as we like, but I just did that, so I know these are pretty much good to go. And so I don't have any additional information that I want to add to this, but at this point, it's where you would add translations or additional metadata that you might use in your course. I'm just going to hit save. So now that I have my term list, what I can do is I can quickly create the companion lesson. So I've already done part 1 of this video. And so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to create a new lesson, and I'm going to call it 24 sentences part 2. And I'll go ahead and save that. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy the segment from part 1 so that I don't have to repeat the work that I've already done. So that's really easy to do. I'm just going to come in here and say edit. And then what I'll do is I'm going to press this kebab button here. And I'm going to say copy to lesson. And I'm going to copy it to 24 sentences part 2. Hit OK. And so now that segment has been added to our new lesson. And I'm going to come in here and edit this. And I don't want any of these terms here, so I'm just going to quickly click through and remove them. And what I'll do is I will press the Add Terms button here, click Browse, and I can select the term list. And I'm going to select the one that I just created. There we go. We've got all of our sentences here. And so I'm just going to go ahead and select all, hit OK. And now those have been added. And since all these settings are the same as my previous lesson, I know that this is going to probably be okay. I'm going to hit save. That saved the lesson. And now what I can do is just preview this, take a peek, and see how we're looking here. So now we see our phrase with the text, the blue beaver built the dam. Beaver is capitalized. I'll probably want to go back in and fix that. But you can see it's got our natural pace tempo recording, and it's also got our slow tempo recording. The blue beaver built a And there it is. That's how simple it is to create a companion lesson in Emurse. Now let's finish up our video with some animated captions and annotations. We're back in the transcript, and now we're going to add some additional data from Emurse. And as you can see, the lines that we have imported have had terms assigned. And what we'll do is we'll make sure that the lines with the same text all have a term associated. So we can do those one at a time by just dragging the term down like I just did, or we can do it for the whole transcript, which is what I'm going to do. And so I'm going to say apply terms. And now all the lines in the transcript have terms associated with, given that we imported those. Now what I'll do is I want to add the IPA notation. And so I'll just come up to this menu again and say apply IPA notation. And now you'll notice that a symbol showed up in the corner here. And what that means is there are multiple choices for some of the words. And I'm going to select this one, hit OK, and that's going to replace all of them. And we'll just go through and we'll go ahead and take care of the rest of these as well. That looks good to me, so I'm going to just check everything off and continue on to the next step. We'll say create captions. And on this screen, you set your export options. And we have a couple different options available to you based on the production environment that you're working in. So if you're using After Effects, you'd select Emurse Captions, and that gives you a little bit more fine-grained control over colors and animations. Or you can use SRT, which is subrip format. That's a standard format for captions. And that's one way of getting captions into Adobe Premiere that's pretty easy. So we're going to use that for the purpose of this demo. And you can see it's got our transcript down here. And what we can do now is we can look at, we can change some of the data that's being displayed. So I'm going to select one of these that has a term associated with it and hit select data. And now you can see there's an expression down here, and that's right now it's just displaying the display text. But if I wanted to add some additional information to this, let's just call this note. And I did actually go back in and add some more information. So in the translation field, I put just the information about the example. So if I hit OK, now this is what would be exported for each line where it appears at the timestamp. But I actually don't want that. I want to use the emoji because I went in and I added emojis to this. So let's just put that in. So I'll find the field. There it is, emoji. Just make sure that the cursor's in the right spot. And now you can see that all the sentences that I assigned emojis to have them at the end of the sentence. I think that looks good, so I'm ready to download this. I'm just going to rename this really quickly just to help me identify the file name. And I'll call this emoji. Hit OK. Very good. And now that's been downloaded. So I'm still going to do one more thing, which is the IPA annotation. So I'll change this track name to IPA. And then I'm going to go to individual words. And now I've got to rebuild this expression here because we've got some different properties. So I'm going to hit preview. And then I just want the IPA pronunciation. I could select the individual word, or I could use both if I wanted to. But I'm just going to select IPA here. And that looks good to me. I'm going to hit download. And now I have two SRT files, which we can then import into Adobe Premiere. And if we go over to the text panel, they can be imported from there. We can also drag them in, and that's easier for me because I can do multiple at a time. So let's go ahead and do that. Drag these on in. Now those are imported, and all we have to do now is drag them into our track. So I'll start with the emoji caption, and I've already created some styles, so I'll select caption style for that one. And we'll just zoom in a little bit, check these out. Cool, there we go, that bear drank coffee. That's just what I was looking for. And then let's drag the IPA in. And I've kind of created a style for this. And we'll just, we'll hit OK. And now we have our IPA transcriptions as well. Now I'll show you the other option. So Part 1 of this video is already out, and I use the Aftereffects transcription system for that. So here is what the timeline in that video looks like. And as you can see, I have 2 different compositions here, one for the IPA and then one for the caption. And the main difference with the result of the After Effects version is that I've got this cursor that that highlights the word as the video plays. So you can check that video out if you like. So I hope you see the power and flexibility of this, of being able to quickly export audio from an existing or current video, create some lessons, and then augment that video with information that we've added to Emurse. In this case, it was some emoji metadata and some IPA data. If you think this would be helpful to you, please get in touch. We're happy to talk with you and even add features to this if there's something you'd like to see in here. Subscribe to this channel for more creator-focused videos, and we'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Cheers.